Welcome back, lighting friends. Rob from Pathway Connectivity Solutions with my Cognito lighting control console. And today we're going to look at chases in the play task. And this is a method where you can take 4 very simple cues or 3 cues or whatever it is and recycle them in lots of different ways so you can sort of sit back and relax a bit during the show rather than always, riding along on all of the memories and the bump buttons. So for this I have a set here with a band, and I've already pre-recorded here. You can see on memory 10 my psych lights that just bring up the blue wash on the back, and I have my band front lights just so that they're not sitting in the dark. And then in the background here I have already recorded a red, a green, a blue, and a yellow backlight. So green, red, blue, yellow. Now, in a rock show, I could just sort of dance along to the beat of the music, doing this sort of thing, but that gets tiring very quickly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take each of those backlights, and this could be anything. It could be moving lights with positions, it could be gobos, it could be color bumps on LED lights, whatever it is. But just to really dumb it down, I'm going to show it to you with 4 dimmers, 8 backlights, standard par rig. So here I go with the first light. I'm just going to bring that up, going very quickly here. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to press the record button, and it says, hey, how about we record a cue into playlist 1. It says, let's just add a new cue without me editing any of the properties. If I just hit the record button again, it will do that. Now, I could bring up the second light, record again, very quick. Bring up the third light, record, bring up the fourth light, record. Now if I pull those out and I go and look on my left playlist in the play task, I see I have cues 1, 2, 3, 4. If I use shift and pause, we've learned this before, that will release the playlist and all the lights go out. Then I can just do a go. I go into cue 1. Very simple stuff here. Cue 2 is my red light. I haven't labeled these. I could, but you're going to see how we reuse these so often it doesn't even make much sense. And there's my yellow light. So again, I can hit shift pause to release them. I can also use this release button here. So that's in the transport tool of the left playback play task. What I'm going to do is go into the options here, and I'm just going to say this playlist, which I haven't even labeled yet. I could call it Chase Fun. I'm going to say is a chase. So that just makes this true, is a chase. So that stays down. Now you'll see all the cue timing has gone away for cues 1, 2, 3, 4 in this playlist. If I say there is a chase, there I see I have the 5-second default cue time. But you'll see when I say is a chase, we will get a new tool here called rate. And when we have a rate, we don't really need a cue time, because you'll see we'll do all of this with beats per minute in a second. So now I go to rate, and I will see I have beat time. I can type in here 60 beats per second or whatever it is. So now if I press go, once a second, it goes through and it runs those lights. Now there's lots of options to make this interesting, and it becomes a lot more interesting when you have some music. So I got some loops here. Let's just have a listen. There's a little reggae thing. All right, so let's bring up our psych. Let's light the band. And until I get going here, let's just bring up a sub that brings up all 4 of the backlights. And now with reggae, you want to listen to the rhythm guitar, that strumming up. So what I do is with my finger, I go tap sync here. There we go. So let's wait for it to come around here again. Now you only have to press it 3 times for it to learn it, but sometimes it takes a while for you to get going on it. So now, I'll just press go on this, and I'll bring out my Now, if you ever think that you're out of sync, it seems that you got the right time, but you might be out of sync, what you do is you can just press the go button here, and that will move you to the next step, like this. Now we're just right in time again. Now, I can use the blue wheel, it's highlighted here, to slow down the chase a little bit. I'll just slow it down here. It doesn't look right now, so we'll put it back to 91. Resync it up. Alright. And then what I could do now is multiply the rate times 2. I probably wouldn't do that all the way through the song, but I might do that near the end. Alright, so that is a simple forward chase that I tapped in a beat time on. So let's look at another one here. What's this song? Right. Oops. I hit the little scrub button. So here we're obviously going on that mechanical clap. That gives me 30. So this time, let's look at some of the chase options that we have. Solo was giving one light at a time. If we make it a build, it actually adds the lights, just like the way the cue list did. And we also have this hard or soft. By default it was hard, which means that for the lights come on in 0 counts. But if we made it soft, they take the full amount of a beat to come up. So you can have it as hard, and they come on hard, or you can make it soft, and then everything rolls just a little bit easier. Now the blue wheel here will give you the percentage rate. So if we make it 50%, for half a beat, the lights fade. A little bit faster than the beat. And that's a different way of doing things. Alright, so that's hard and soft. And we looked at the percentage fade and build and solo. Let's have another listen to something here. Oh, this is much more interesting. So with this one here, there seems to be a real gap in the middle. So I've done a trick. What I've done is in the right playlist, I've actually recorded 5 cues, and the first cue is blank. So let's start the music going here, and let's start the chase and see what happens. I'm going to go into the options here. I think I'm going to do solo. Random seems appropriate. I'm going to make this one soft. Now it's not doing anything very good right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the rate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this for the whole cycle because it's pretty abstract. So tap, tap, tap. Now that gives me 20 beats per minute, which is pretty slow. But I have this multiplier here. I can say make this 4 times. Well, that looks a little bit more abstract and obscure. Now it is dark a lot of the time on the stage, so remember I still have my memories and handles here. So I'm just going to sort of ride those up a little bit. Maybe I'll just do something a little rolling in them. I could write an effect to do this too and put it on another handle, but it's a little organic if I just sort of move these in here. So we're working with the same 4 memories and the same 4 cues essentially here. But it looks very different than that first rego bit we did, didn't it? Alright. Let's get rid of this. Oh, don't let the stage go dark. We'll just bring up our master there. Now the other thing is we could be running one of these chases like that and completely override it by bringing up the master of all four of them. The other thing is I have intensity control of the chase with the playback master. So between running, you know, this handle here, which brings up the overall intensity of those four lights, and this one here, which brings up the chase intensity, you can do a lot of balancing. This is in between songs. So you just juice that up, and now essentially there is no effect of the chase. So nobody's the wiser until you figure out what's going on with the next one. So let's have a listen. Oh, much more jazzy. Alright, so on this one I think I'll use this rate list. Better go right away to my rate and time in. This time I'll actually go on the snare drum. Looks like we're going at about 40 beats per minute there. And let's just see what we got here. I think we made this a bounce, which means it'll go from the top down to the bottom and back up to the top. And let's do it as a build. Now, since we are building, what I think I'll do is I'll just ride this yellow one here around 30% just to keep something on stage while we're at that part of the loop where there's nothing. That looks like something. It's always something. People will always find the pattern, you know. So it's kind of fun. So here we go. We load this up here. Release that. All right, now let's have a listen to this last one. Oh, very easy to find the beat on this one, right? Actually, I have an idea. On this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the left playlist, which has got the green, the red, the blue, and let's delete the yellow. So I'm going to press the pencil button here, get rid of the yellow, and now I'm going to have a three-step chase. So let's just do a go on this, and let's put in our time. Looks like it's around 37, 38 beats per minute. Pull this guy out. Now that calls to be hard, I think. And probably a solo. Resync it up. And then this yellow light, which I have, we're going to listen to the bass. And just sort of stay down low, and then when the bass comes up, then take it out. Wait for it to come around again, and the bass builds. So our little yellow lights are on the bass. And you could do. So as you get along with the song, you'll figure it out as it goes, and it's always something. The audience, I tell you, will connect the dots that you're trying to make in your head. So between going hard and soft, or anywhere in between with this blue wheel, doing build or solo, changing your direction from forward to reverse to bounce to random, and then with your rate, you have your rate multipliers, your basic rate, which you can type in or roll in as the song goes. Depends on the drummer. Sometimes you need to tweak in the middle of the song. But this is a great way to recycle a very few number of cues and use them in lots of different ways. Next time we're going to look at another option. When you say it is not a chase, you'll see that you have this time code option, and that's what we're going to look at in the next video. So I hope you join me. I'm Rob from Pathway Connectivity Solutions.